Can you develop self-worth? Welcome to the School of Self-Worth Live. I'm Sam Osborne, the Self-Worth Guide. This is episode 119, and today we are talking about if you can develop self-worth. And I'm going to talk about three things, but the main message I want you to remember is that self-worth starts in the checkout line of life. Nice metaphor, right? Self-worth starts in the checkout line of life. And I'm going to talk about three things here. I'm going to talk about how you can develop self-worth by avoiding impulse buys. And I'm not just talking about things in the checkout line. I'm going to talk about how you can question your purchases. And I'm also going to be talking about ways, I'm going to talk about the principle of you get what you pay for. So let's go through those three things. The first one is to help you to develop self-worth is to avoid impulse buys, both in the checkout line of life when you go to the store, but also this is a metaphor for making decisions in your whole life and not being taken in by distractions, not being distracted or lured into things which are going to give you temporary satisfaction and in fact keep your self-worth low, because the things that you usually buy at a checkout are usually got sugar in them and they're not very good for you, although they taste fantastic. But that's why they put them there, because they're easy to sell and they get you addicted to it. Sugar is addicting. It's just the way it is. But you want to avoid impulse buys. You want to avoid making impulse decisions that are not going to serve your self-worth. They're not going to help you develop it. You want to be very conscious of the decisions and the purchases you make in life. And when I say purchases, I don't just mean the things you buy at the store. I mean the things you decide to do for your life. You might purchase, so to speak, or decide to start a relationship with someone that is not really going to help you with your self-worth. You might start a job. That's a kind of purchase, or there's a contract involved, and the job is really not something that you want to do except for the cash. But of course, if you need to get any job to get the cash, that's probably good, because net worth equals self-worth. And so getting a job is definitely going to help you to raise your self-worth a little bit if that's where you're at in life. But if you don't really love the job and you have the option of going for another one that will fulfill your values and give you self-worth, go for that one. So avoid the impulse buys of life. The second thing is to question your purchases. So when you're in the checkout line, just ask yourself, do I actually need this? Is it going to give me self-worth, or is it going to take it away? And you could think, well, it will give me some self-worth because it'll make me feel good. But you could also argue that by giving your cash away for something that's going to give you temporary satisfaction, you are giving away a kind of worth. You're giving away net worth in exchange for a temporary fix, which is really not a good trade-off. You're giving them more value than you're getting back. So question your purchases. Do you really need it? A good way to do this is to go to the store, pick up some of the things you would love to buy, go to the checkout, and then just put them there and say, I'm not taking them, and just walk out of the store. Because sometimes we just need to go through the retail therapy process, don't we? And this is also in life, we need to go right up to the point where we commit, swap over some cash, or make a decision just to kind of get a feel of what it would be like to go through with the purchase or the decision to find out if we really need it or not for our self-worth. So question your purchases. The third thing is to remember the principle of you get what you pay for in life. And when it comes to developing self-worth and you're in the checkout line of life, you have to ask yourself, what am I going to get for my money? Am I going to get a good bang for my buck, so to speak? Or am I getting ripped off? Where is there a fair exchange here? Is what I'm buying me something is the thing that I'm buying actually quality? Is it actually going to support the level of self-worth that you feel you have or you want to have? So remember, if you buy something cheap that is only going to give you a temporary satisfaction, you are going to get what you pay for. If you pay for something and it's just this cheap piece of thing, you're not going to get much value, but you are going to get what you pay for. So you might as well save up your money and try to buy things of quality, whether that's your clothing, food, it could be where you live. Just think about you get what you pay for, and it's going to help you to develop your self-worth. So I know I've talked a lot about money and self-worth and the purchases that we make and how that develops our self-worth, but I think purchasing and cash are a massive part of life, and everybody goes through that on a daily basis. Income, outcome, transactions. We all spend money. We like doing it, but I want to make the point that just be aware of the decisions that you are making or not making when you're in the checkout line of life. All right. So if you've enjoyed this episode, I've got a free gift for you. It's called Crush Imposter Syndrome Forever, the starter kit for bulletproof confidence. And you can get it at the links above and below. And it's on your screen right now, samosborn.com/starter kit. Get your Crush Imposter Syndrome starter kit right now. And I invite you to join the School of Self-Worth Facebook group. Come and say hi. That's the best place to get hold of me. I would love to hear your questions about self-worth, the imposter syndrome, self-confidence, the authentic self, and anything that is going to help you to raise your self-worth. All right, everybody, if there's one thing I want you to remember from this episode, it is self-worth starts in the checkout line of life. And that is how you develop self-worth. All right, have a great day, everyone. Bye.